All right, guys. I believe we are set. Uh, so all right. So we are set. Let's just give 5 minutes so we begin. Um, let's just wait for a couple of people so we begin. All right. If you are here, just leave a thumbs up in the comment section, and then we will start soon. So today, all right, guys. All right, Daniel, you are here. All right. I haven't shared the link in the page yet, so I think I'll do that and then we can proceed. Um. All right, all right. Okay, so since you are here, if you are here, just leave a comment and we'll begin shortly. How many people are on the live session? Let me just check and then we proceed. 4 people. Okay. So to how many of you are right? Okay. So since you are here, if you are here, just leave. How many of you are students? Um just type S if you're a student in the comment section because we'll be using PowerPoint, Microsoft PowerPoint, and we'll be using Canva. But then I think the Canva will be for later. So people who would want to join that you can. But after the PowerPoint, if you can't do the Canva, then you leave. All right. So good evening once again. I'm sure you can see me now. All right. So Daniel, how many? Okay, only Daniel. All right. So we have more. We have students here. So if you are in a particular school like Legon or you are in KNUST or GCTU, I believe you guys have student emails. So I'm going to share my screen and take you through how you can get um, the Microsoft platforms for free because it is tied to your student account. So let me share my screen. Let me share my screen and then we will proceed from there. We are going to be using PowerPoint, and I know most of you are using the cracked version. Even though some of you are students, you have the license, but then I don't know why you people still use the cracked version. So I'll share my screen. Um, Let me share my screen. All right. Can you see my screen now? You can see my screen there, but it's not properly positioned. Okay, so I think this is better now, right? Now, this is what we are going to do. So for most of you who are in Legon, KNUST's GCTU, I want you guys to download, after this session, I want you to go through the same process. Then you get your Microsoft Office platforms, which includes Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote, and the rest. So you first go to office.com. So you go to your browser and you type office.com. By the way, how many of you have already done this? Let me sign out. Um, oh, okay, I'm signing out of this account. Right. Okay, so how many of you have already done this? If you have not done it before, then that's fine. But if you've done it too, so you sign into this platform, right? This is what we are going to do. We are going to sign into office.com so that we can be able to download and install the right PowerPoint tool. But before then, it means that you must not have any old Office platform on your laptop. So if you have the cracked one, you need to uninstall it before you do what you are about to do. Then you click on your student account or you enter your student account. So I'll log into my student account, UG question mark and then your student ID, right? So let me go and authenticate. All right. Okay, so you see, once I did this, I've been logged into my account. Kindly be giving me feedback because with this, I can't hear you, so you only have to type something, and then I see that yes, you are here. So I'll proceed. For us to get the application to download and install, I'll come to apps. When you come to the left pane here, I'll come to apps and click on all apps. Now, when I click on all apps, you see that there is this install apps here. So there is this install apps. Then you go to Microsoft 365 apps, and then you click on that. Uh, all right, Belinda, I'm sure you've not done this yet. When the time is right, just do it. All right, so we are here now. So you can see I'm in the University of Ghana portal here, and then you can see Office apps and devices. So you click on install Office. Once you click on install Office, a package will be downloaded for you. So I got a prompt, and then I save. So when you check my downloads here, when you check my downloads, okay, you don't see that. So the package has been installed. Let me just share that screen. Um, let me share that screen for you to see that indeed it has been installed for me. So in my downloads, I believe you can see what I have there. That's the Office setup. So once you double click on this and you run it, all right, that's fine. I can see you've done it. So once you click on this and then you run it, it will take, let's say, 10, 15 or 20 minutes, and then you have your package installed. Now we can then open our Microsoft PowerPoint and then work from there. So I'll just go back to sharing my screen. All right, so we are back. Now I'll share my PowerPoint screen. I want you guys to know that with some of the things we are doing, it's not like we have magic. You just have to know the basics, and then you build on it. Right, let me share my PowerPoint screen too. All right, so I'm sharing my PowerPoint screen. Now I have this here, but what I'm going to do is to create a blank presentation. I'm creating a blank presentation. I'll be quick here because I believe most of you might know already this. For UCC, I don't know if you have student accounts, but if the school provided an email for you, then I believe you can be able to do this too. So let me just generate a quick PowerPoint with ChatGPT. All right. So everything we are doing here, I mean, even after you are done with school, you are going to be generating PowerPoint slides. Even though there is AI in the system now, you will have to still do some tweaks. No matter how the AI does it, it won't be perfect as someone who instructed you wants it done. But while you're in school, to it's just important for you to know how to create PowerPoint slides. Okay, so Jojo has replied Daniel, right? He says you guys have a student account, so you can try it. Do we how do we check if our 365 is cracked or genuine? Now, when you open it and it's like 2019 or something, then it's cracked. But if you open it and you see Microsoft 365, then it's not cracked. Also, when I go into PowerPoint and I click on my name here, when I click on my name here, you'll be required to, you see there's something here that there's a problem with my account, so I need to sign in. For the cracked ones, anytime you are trying to sign in, anytime you are trying to sign in with your ID, you'll be getting issues. Any time that you are trying to sign in with your email or something, you always be getting issues. A minute, I have to authenticate my what time is it? Okay, so let's say we have about 45 minutes to close this session, right? Or under 45 minutes. Normally, I don't want us to be keeping long on the call. Yeah. Okay, so I just logged in back to my account and you can see. So when I click on my name at the top here, you see my name and you see view account info. There is no problem with this. If there's a problem, they'll ask you to sign in and you keep signing in and they'll keep telling you to sign in. So I have my contents here that I'll use for the PowerPoint presentation. Guys, a minute. I want to share my screen properly so that you see everything I do. Mm. All right, so I'll be sharing my entire screen now, and then you see. Okay, so I have my content in ChatGPT. I'll paste what I have into the chat session. I don't know if, okay, it won't work. So let me go ahead and share my entire screen instead. So I believe you can see my entire screen now, right? So I'll just go directly. This is my PowerPoint. Uh, this is my PowerPoint. I don't know how it looks on the live session, but let me see how it's looking. Okay, so this is fine. This is fine. So I'll go to my PowerPoint. Now, this is what I have to do. You can see I have my title here, and I have text, and then I have bullet points. So in PowerPoint, you don't need to put everything directly here, right? As in, someone will take this and come and dump everything here. But note that we are designing slides. This is what someone will do. And you can't even see whatever we have here properly if you are presenting. So if I'm to present, you are not able to see this properly, right? So what you have to take note of is that you have two fields. You have two fields here. When you open your PowerPoint fresh, you have two fields here. You can add a title, which I'm going to do. I'll add a title, and then maybe I'll add this. So I'll add this. So this is my subtitle, right? PowerPoint slides are important, are an important tool for communicating ideas clearly during presentation. So I'll go down and add my presentation by. It's always important for you to add your name to the slide and you add the date too. So today is 3rd of March 07 2026. Now I'm going to select this and align it to the right. So I believe you guys know align to the left, sorry, and do this. But you also notice that this doesn't look nice. This whole thing doesn't look nice. And what we have here, if there is any question, okay, I'll keep checking the comments if there is any question. Now, just note that there is this here for you. So this guide rules, they help you position stuff in PowerPoint mostly, right? So I'm going to take this, I'm going to move it to my left so that I can add a nice image. So I can also reduce this like this. I can put it at the top and you see that it is perfectly positioned here. Now I'll take this off and I'll add an image. So this one, so I'm going to shift it somewhere here, or I'll put it this way, reduce it, and move it down. So you can see that while I'm doing this, there are some red lines coming there. So these red lines will guide you as to how and where you should position things properly so that they look nice. So imagine I want to put this in the middle. I'll do this, right? Let me just, so you see on the right and left, I have some lines here. So I'll put it down here, introduction. Then I can also duplicate this. So when I right click on this one, you see all these stuff, Now I'll copy and then I'll paste. So I'll paste it and then I drag this one down here. Now with this, I want to insert another subtitle. So, okay, let me just check the title. The title is How to Design Effective PowerPoint Slides. So I'll just make this the title here. And you can see that this is quite too big. So I'll reduce it a bit to fit. I'll reduce it a bit to fit. And then I'll come and copy. I'll copy this and use it as the subtitle. Now, you realize that the subtitle is bigger than the main title. The main title is 40 and then the subtitle is 60, which is not right. So you have to make sure that your title is bigger than your subtitle and they are consistent through all your pages. So this is what I'll do. So I'll reduce this. So you see that when I put my mouse cursor on the line, or when I put it on the line, it gives me a 4-point arrow. Now that 4-point arrow makes you move it left and right, up and down. But when you put this arrow, when you put your mouse pointer on the dots here, they help you to expand the boxes. So it will expand, it will make it big, and it will make it small. So in my sense, I'm making it small. Now I can't just put anything here. So for instance, if I come to insert and I put this here and I insert an image, let's say an image from this device. If I put this image here, it's just going to take over. There is no control properly for this, you see. But when I put it, I'll show you how we can do this for it to look better. So you can keep using these boxes, right? You can copy and paste it. You can paste it here. So you have the same box. And remember I told you you can expand this and make it smaller. So I'll select everything and clean it up. Is there any question? Okay, so far there is no. Sir, please, as we have text wraps and position on MS Word. Yes, so those are the same stuff. Okay, you have it. So let me just show you something here. So you can do this in the box, right? So in PowerPoint, it's not like it's a text wrap directly, but you have to use a text box. Now in the text box, you will be able to manipulate this to get whatever you want. So let me just take this out. Let me clear the text here and insert an image. So I want to insert an image that speaks about PowerPoint slides. So I'll go to online pictures. Now a lot of people say that when you use the online pictures, you don't get correct pictures. I'll show you how to get correct pictures from this side. So I'll search PowerPoint design. Now you have to untick this common creatives. Once you untick the common creatives, you have a lot of designs, high-end designs. So common creative commons, you see you are not having a lot, but once you deselect it, you have more of them. So I'm going to select this one, and we are here. So I'll just position this wall. So I'll use this to separate it, and then I'll make this a big, I'll make the presentation by and the date bolder. Now note that this looks raw by, but if you want to change the color for the PowerPoint slide, you go to design and then you go to format background, right? So I'll use a solid fill. I'll click on this, click here, and then let's say I'll use two colors. So I'll use blue. Let me say blue black. So you can go to more colors and select your own color. So I want to change this color and use a blue black color. Right, so I'm using this blue black. I still don't like the color. Let me see if I can. I still don't like this kind of color. So all right, so something like this. Let me say I'll use white for the text. You use white for the text. Font color equals white. And now you make your heading bold, right? And you make your subtitle bold but the smaller than the heading. Now you can see that here we don't have, it's also not showing properly, so I'll change it to white and then I'll center it a bit. Now this is not nice, but then when you're using the latest version of PowerPoint, you have the chance to use this tool, which is the designer. So when you click on the designer, the design automatically should give you some changes to make, but because this one doesn't have any pattern, this kind of slide I've created has no pattern, it won't give you any kind of design. So I'll go and show you how we use different people's slides to create more slides that we can also manipulate. So there is something like this, right? You just have to find a slide that works for you best. So I'll select this one and proceed with it. Now, this is simple to use. In design, you are not advised to start everything from scratch. All you have to do is take someone's PowerPoint and use it wisely. So this is what I'll be doing And then when you come to this design, you see that because this PowerPoint has a heading and a subheading and then an image, this one is able to generate different ones for you. So this is the benefit of using the normal Microsoft platforms, not the cracked version. So I like this one. I'll still go with this one. So all I'll do is I'll right click here and replace my image. So I'll change picture here. Then I'll go to online, from online sources, and search for PowerPoint as we are doing. So I'll search for PowerPoint. And then this is a PowerPoint image. Also, anytime you are designing a PowerPoint, you have to make sure that everything is simple and the colors align with whatever you are doing. So I'll just go to my ChatGPT and then pick the title. So I'll pick this and paste it here. And then I'll go and pick. So you see with this one, the title is here and then they don't have a subtitle. So you can either introduce your subtitle by shifting this up, or you can leave it that way. So I'll shift this up a bit, move this upward, and then duplicate this. So I'll copy and paste it here and drag it down. Then reduce the font. Now I'll paste a tutorial for beginners here. And then shift this up a bit. But you can see that it's really not necessary. So I'll just undo all this. But that was just to show you how to add your own elements. So presented by, you add your name, and then you add this for the date. 3 on. All right, so let's say we are done with this one. So I'll move to the next one. Agenda would be, so you just check your titles and then you use that for the agenda. So agenda is introduction. Then you have objectives of this tutorial. And why slide design matters. So when you go through this PowerPoint slide, you realize that there is something that they've done on almost every page, and it cuts through all the other pages. Who can identify what cuts through all their pages or almost all their pages? So from here, you realize something. Anyone? Hey, are you guys here? None of you realize what they are doing. So what they are doing everywhere on the page is that you see images here. Like you see images almost everywhere. So always make sure that at least the image on the particular slide tallies with the content or the heading you have on that slide. So I have agenda here. I'm going to look for a picture that is like an agenda or table of content. So let's say agenda, right? I'll put this agenda here. So you can use something like this. You can use agenda, but this is mostly not nice. You can also use a PowerPoint, something that speaks about PowerPoint. So, so this is it, the picture format. However, this picture isn't positioned well, so we will have to, when you go to format picture, um, let me see. So you can try and edit the picture so that it shows. Now what I want to do is to make the PowerPoint presentation come a little bit to the middle. So, oh no, no, no. So you can use the crop tools to make it so you can fill. So once you use that, you can just move this a bit, and then you are done. So right now it looks better. It looks better than it was. So this was what we had, and to make it look better, you can just go to crop and make it fit, or you can make it fill depending on the situation, right? So yes, then you use enter. So we are done with this. So this is our agenda. That now we'll proceed to work on the other slides. So you see introduction, you just come and you pick your introduction slides. You put it here, you are done. Once you go back, you pick your PowerPoint slides, you come to PowerPoint, and then you paste it here. Now you see that this box is too big, so I'll reduce it, and then I'll copy and paste the same thing and use it for a different thing for the points that we have here. So when I come here, I'll copy this. You copy this so that it falls into. Now you see that since this text box is small, all the text has taken the shape of this text box. So I'll expand it a bit. I'll expand it, and you see that from what ChatGPT generated for me, I have this here and I have 3 points. So I'm going to select all this. This is what we do in Word already, so it's not news. Then you can indent it by using the tab key on your keyboard, right? So when you click on tab, it takes you a step further. Now you have this right now, and then you come this way. In making PowerPoint, the whole idea is that you want to make a PowerPoint, not a Power Note. Now, this thing that ChatGPT has generated for me, it is like a note, not PowerPoint. So the whole thing is to help you, um, hold on a bit. So the whole idea of a PowerPoint is to help you remember stuff. So for instance, if I'm presenting and I see this and I turn to the board and I see whatever I have here, it must be able to help me understand or explain better to my audience. So I'll proceed to that and show you in the next slide. So I can pick up a slide from here and move it up. So this is a slide I have. Now I'll show you what I was explaining recently. So we have something like this. Normally, someone will copy this whole thing and put it in the slide, which doesn't make sense. So I'll copy the topic and paste it. And then I will make this a bit longer for it to make more sense, because I'm not going to be farming between this space. Now, effective PowerPoint slides follow some basic design principles. So simplicity. So I'll copy this and make it simplicity. Then I'll come and take the first one, simplicity, and put it here. So it was okay. I'll do what ChatGPT asked me to do. I'll just leave it there like that. Right? I'll leave it there the way it is. And then I'll do a second one without ChatGPT, so that you see the difference of what I'm talking about. Once we are done with this slide, I think we should be okay. We should be okay with the PowerPoint. And then we'll do the Canva. By 6:30, we should be done with this. So text should be readable. So this is what ChatGPT said we should do, right? So this is a whole slide and I've placed everything here. But what I'm also saying is that you don't need to put everything here. So I'll right click on this particular slide on the left pane and duplicate the slide, so I get the same of the two stuff. Now I'll come here and remove all these notes. I'll remove all these notes. Remember, I said we are doing PowerPoint, not PowerNote. And then I'll increase the font sizes of these things. So I'll bring this down. Let me make them a bit small by one step. And then also make this longer and put them in the middle and put the title in the middle. So I'll give it this. So this is like basic principles of what? Of slide design. So I'll go and look for a picture talking about basic principles. So anything you are doing in the slide should already give the people impression. So you don't always have to explain everything on your PowerPoint slide. When they see it, they know what you are talking about. So I'll go to stock images here and search for basic principles of design. Basic principles of design. Okay, principles of design should do. Pictures, insert from online pictures. Yeah. Principles of design. So you see, there are these principles here. Which one should I pick? Okay, let me pick the simple one. Principles of design. Let me pick this. Okay, so the mistake I did was I didn't change this one. I inserted this one differently. So I'll delete it, right click and click on change picture, then go to from online sources and go to principles of design, search and remove the Creative Commons. So you see I have this image here, so it will replace it. So you see you have communicated something simpler than this. So you see the difference between this and this. This slide looks busy. It looks like a power note, and this one looks like a PowerPoint slide. So in presenting, anytime you are presenting and you look at simplicity, it should give you something. Like, you should be able to explain simplicity of head. You don't need this explanation here to help you explain to your audience. Otherwise, it will look like you are reading from the slide, which shouldn't be. I hope I'm making sense. Are you guys there? If you are there, just leave a thumbs up so that I know we are at least on the same page. So just leave a thumbs up and then we'll proceed. Oh, I'm not seeing. Okay. Daniel Akujo, I just came. What am I to do? All right. So for now, you don't have to do anything. The task, our next task will be put on the page this evening. Once we are done, I'll share it and then we proceed. So I believe we've made sense here. So basically, you shouldn't have a lot of stuff on your slide. There is a difference between this and this, as I've already explained. I'll move to the next one and use another example. No. Okay. I think this slide has made the explanation simpler. So let me go to design here and see if it can change this into different designs. So just look at this. It has changed it. So something like this is also not bad. So with this same design, let me just undo this. Okay, with this same design, I'm going to teach you how to use Canva to do this same design. So basically, just a minute. Let me open Canva and then we'll try something. Um, this is so I hope you guys know Canva. Canva is just a free tool that you can use to make PowerPoint designs, you can use to create flyers, and you can also use to create videos and a whole lot of stuff. It is free to use to some extent. Most of the things you do in Canva are free. So I'll just show you how we can use Canva, because once a while it might come in handy. Can we pin? All right, let me not use this. Let me just use. All right, so I have Canva here. So all I'm saying is, if you know the design principles in PowerPoint, you can easily use Canva to prepare your slides. I don't use PowerPoint to present to work on my slides anymore, because it's kind of time wasting and boring. It doesn't give you nice designs. But if you are using Canva, at least you have some advantage. So I'll show you some of the designs I've done, some of the PowerPoint designs I've done with um Canva. So this was, you can see, okay, I'm not sharing my screen yet. Let me just share my screen so that you see the designs I've done. So this some kind of design I did for someone 10 months ago. So if you check here, you see the date, 10 months ago. It's not done loading. Can you see my full screen now? Yeah, I'm checking YouTube to see if. All right, so you can see my screen perfectly now. All right, so I'll take you through. So you see how this slide, it's a simple design. It's a simple design that I did with Canva. I did everything from scratch here in Canva. I did everything from scratch. Everything was from scratch in Canva. So let me just show you. We have up to 6:30 and then we are done. I'll just show you the basics of Canva, how you do this. There are lots of stuff I've done here in Canva, and it's the basic principle I took from PowerPoint. So today you've not only learned how to uplift your PowerPoint designs, you've also learned some basics for Canva. Um, where is it? Where is it? All right, this was also a presentation I used. I did everything from scratch, like, so something like this, right? I did everything from scratch here in Canva. Everything was from scratch. So let's just start and see how we can create this using Canva. Because in the next task that I'm giving you, you guys are going to be creating you guys will create slides, and it's part of the tasks you are supposed to do in the next 2 weeks. You are also going to be working on your LinkedIn profiles and your LinkedIn banners, and you're also going to post at least you are going to make one post on LinkedIn. So yeah, basically that is what we are going to be doing. So let's just start the Canva. Since we have about 80 minutes, let's see how fast we can go. So you first click on create here. You click on create and you go to presentation. Now when you come to presentation, you see there are different slides here. There are different slides here that you can use, but for now I won't take you through this one. Let's create something afresh. So everything you want to do, let me use this one for instance. Let me use this one for instance. Let me take this off. Everything you are doing in PowerPoint or the PowerPoint you want to create, right? With anything you want to do, we are going to be using rectangles here in any design class that you go to. For those who want to do the graphic design and stuff, just take this. We are using layers and rectangles or shapes. So we use circles, we use triangles, and then we use layers. We'll layer them. So we'll stack one on top, one at the bottom. So I want to create this circle around this white thing. This is what I'll do. I'll just create a rectangle. Now when you go to elements, you see rectangle here. Once you click on it, you get a lot of shapes you can use. But for you to go fast, you just come into where you are working, and then you click on R. Once you click on R on your keyboard, it pops up a square which you can shape as a rectangle, right? So this is what I'll do. This is what I'm doing. I'll just move it up. By the time we are done, you guys should understand this. I'll move this up to fill this place, and I'll make it what? So from here, it is blue. So I'll make it blue. I'll go for this color, right? I'll make it blue. Now I want the inside to be white. How can I let the inside be white as this? So, and it is also round. The borders are round. You can see from here that the borders are round. So I'll do another, and then I'll lock this one so that it won't move. But remember, if you don't lock it, it will be moving left and right. So you just lock it. Now I want to get the white one inside. So I'll click on another R on my keyboard. I'll click on R on my keyboard, and I'll get a square. Then I reshape it to. So you can see that while you are dragging it, you see some red markings. It helps you guide, it guides you to place them properly. And now so this is what we have. Let me make this white, and then you can see. So you see that I have this, but it is not the same as what I have here. I mean, if you check the shape, this one is rounded, this one is not rounded. For you to get the border rounded, you click on the corners here at the top here. You click on corners, and then you use corner rounding. So you move it a bit and see if you're okay, and then you are good to go. You get it? So now we are almost done. Now I'll log this one too. So gradually we are coming here, and then I'll come this way. Now I want to insert an image. What am I talking about? Let's say we are talking about mentorship. So I'll go to my uploads. These are pictures you can upload here, right? You can upload these pictures here. But if you don't have, you can still go to elements and search for items. So you look for mentorship. So you search. Once you search, it will pop up. It will pop up pictures here you can use. So I'll take this picture, right? I'll look through here and I'll pick this picture. Then I can put it somewhere here. Even though we are trying to look like this one, we can't make it exactly the same. But it's important for us to note that we can make it look better. So let me put this image here again. I'll resize it. So here too, you can make the corner rounded, which will be nice. But I'll put this one here and I'll go to shapes, right? I'll go to graphics. I'll still go to elements and go to photos. No, okay. So I have the, so let's see this circle. Have graphics. So I want to put this image, I want to put this image in a placeholder. So let me see placeholder. So you can see that you have this image thing here. No, this is not a placeholder. All right, so let's just ignore this. And let me search for mentorship again. So you can see something like this. Okay, then I'll add this one here and enlarge it small. Now it's very important to note that your design should, the colors in your design should be almost the same. So don't use more than 3 colors in your design. Don't use more than, yeah, don't use more than 3 colors in your design. Mostly your design should be 2 or 3 colors. That's match. So in this design, I'm going to change this, right? And before you make any change on something that you've locked, you have to unlock it. So I'll unlock this one and change the color. So I'll click on the color here. I'll click on the color here. And then I want to pick a color from this image. So I'll click on the blue color again here, where you have something like the settings button. Then I'll click on this pencil or pen here, which they've written under it. They've written pick a color under it. So I'll click on it and I'll go to the color I want to pick. So when I click on this, you see that it takes effect automatically. I'll come back here and click on this one and it will take effect automatically. Or I can click on the yellow one here and it will take effect automatically. So I'll use a green for now. Let me see how it is. I'll use a green and then I'll shift it here. I'll put it here and lock this. Now I'll come to this one again. I just want to see how this is. And then I'm basing on this to create my design. So I'll come back here and then I'll come and write text. For you to get your text here, you can just click T. When you are here, you can click T. Okay, so the text I'm writing is coming down here. It's down here. So when you click on T, you see you get your paragraph text and it comes down here. Now what I want to do is I want to put it in this place, this space. So I'm going to minimize this one and bring it this way. Now when I click on this, you can see that when I move along the lines of the borders of the text, it changes to this four arrows, and this one moves to left and right. So I can make it smaller and I can make it longer. I can make it smaller and longer. So I'll make it small and then I'll bring it here and increase the font a bit. So I'll increase this font and make it bold. So I'll select everything here and make it bold. Also note that, okay, you can use this to make your file or your slide big or small. So that's what I'm doing now. I'll change it to, I'll change this text, sorry, I'll change this text to TechLift Mentorship 2026. All right, so I'll make it bigger. And I'll expand it some more. And also you see that this doesn't look nice, so I'll select everything. It's the space in between them from up and down is too big, so it is the line spacing that does that. So I'll just come here, advanced settings, and I'll check the line spacing. So you see, when I reduce the line spacing, it makes it bigger or smaller. And then I can also make this left align or right align here. So I can choose this. I'll choose this, right? And for the text color, I want to use the color from the design. So I'll come and pick the color here. You see, then I can choose the same design, press Alt on my keyboard and move my mouse over it. So I'll click, press Alt on my keyboard and move it. Instead of doing copy and paste like this, copy and then you come and paste. So I can click on this. When I click on it, I'll press Alt key on my keyboard. I'll select this thing again and move it. So Alt, and then I have moved this one, you see. So I'll make this one my name by Bernard Atiga, and then I'll make it smaller for it to fit this. So I'll still make it small, and you see, at least we didn't make it the same as this, but we are almost having the same look. We almost have the same look. You get it? Even I can choose that I'll put a background. Guys, I hope I'm not going too fast too. I hope I'm not going too fast. Let me check the comments. Can Figma? Yes. Okay, so you're asking if Figma can be used for presentation. Yes, Figma can also be used for presentation like Canva. You just need to know what you want to do. You just need to know what you want to do. So you see, I can put this behind this text like this and make it smaller. Okay, now let's say I want to put this behind the shoe, behind the lady's shoe here. That is when the layers comes in. I want to put this behind the lady's shoe. That is when the layers comes in. So a layer is like you are stacking things on top and beneath. So it's like this is here, and you are putting this here. So I have this here, and then I want to put something here. So I'll put this black here like this, and it will show. It will, even though the under shows the white one, the under shows this white, I'm still showing a part of this. So that's what we'll be doing. Um, it's almost 6:30. We'll be done soon. Um, all right. So I'm putting this. So I'll right click on this this rectangle here, and you see layer. You see layer. So you can go to show layer, or you can use send to back or send backward. So I'll send to back. When I send to back, it means that it's going behind everything. And you see that even though it is selected, you can't see it here. I'll go to the layer. Okay, so let me do undo. Let me undo it first. And then I'll go to layer again and show layers. So when I show layers, you see that on this right side, I can move it under anything I want to move it to. And when I move it under the white, it's going under the white. You can't see it. I believe you guys understand. So I'll move it rather under the picture directly, under the picture. And this picture too, I can move it under the rectangle. You won't see it again. That is what layers, that's what we are using layers for. So this rectangle was first, it was first on top of the picture. Now I want to move it under the picture, under the girl's leg. So I have this here, and then I'll put this one here this way. And then you see we've come up with a design. Like, I'm not a designer, but we've at least done something. We've done something. 1 minute to 6:30. So guys, I'll end it here. I'll I'll continue maybe at 7 o'clock. I'll do this on let me just check the comments. I'll continue this around 7:15 or 7:30. For this, it is, you are free to join when you want to. It's not compulsory, but at least we've done something, right? We've done something. We've done something. So yes, with Canva, you can be able to do this. Let me just extend this to 640, and let's do the headings. Let's do something like this. Let me see. Okay, so we are doing something like this. We are doing something like this. So I'll create another slide. When you see add page here, I'll add page. And then I have blank one. And I'm telling you that in anything that we are doing, we are using shapes. We are using shapes. So here I want to replicate this same thing on this blank page. So I'll select this color here, and I'll make it the green color we were using. Then you see this one was an image, so I'll go and bring an image of mentorship. So let me just choose a random image, and then I'll put this image here and align it to fit. So by so doing, we have achieved this already, right? We have already achieved this here. And then the text. So for the text, I can copy text from here. I'll copy it, come to this page and come and paste it. Come and paste it here. And I'll just make this longer and align it well. And I can also make it smaller. So you can see I have my title here. I have my title. Let me select this. Okay. So gradually we are making shapes like this. So you can see it's all about knowing where to put stuff. It's all about knowing where to put stuff. So basically this is what Canva and PowerPoint is all about. I'll be back at 7:30. I'll be going live maybe on TikTok or YouTube. I'll share the link on the platform and then we can proceed from there. Yeah, so the live, I'm not sure, but I have to go somewhere and come back so I'm not too sure. We'll have to decide. But anything that happens, I'll put it on the page. So for our next task, kindly expect it by, let's say, by 12 a.m. today, and then you have up to next week to, sorry, up to next 2 weeks to um, submit it. For some of them, you'll be making LinkedIn posts, you'll be changing your LinkedIn profile or banner. So it's not like I'm going to be grading you like I did on the Google Drive. I'll have to see it that you've posted on LinkedIn and all those stuff. Yes, you can download Canva and use it offline. Yes. So someone is asking, can you use Canva offline? Yes, you can download it and use it offline on your PC. So guys, do you have any question? Okay, if there are no questions, I believe we've kept long here. We've done 1 hour 30 minutes. I don't want to waste much of your time. If you have any questions, kindly leave it on the page. The main page, I created it for you because I want to have time for those who are willing and eager to help themselves. For the onboarding page, I've left their life for them unless they work on the task and then they join us. So you have to practice. For all these things, you have to practice. I'm not a graphic designer. I just learned this by myself because I know how to do Canva. I know how to do the PowerPoint, and I apply the same logic there. So if there is anything, just leave it on the main page. I'll reply, and then we proceed from there. And I also inform you when I'm starting this new live session so you can join. So thanks and have a good night. I'll see you again if you decide to join the next session. Bye bye.